but it is going to be picked up here.
You know, a lot of players have those crazy highlight reels, like mad movie types, like montages.
Yeah.
I think Barrel...
but they just have nothing in terms of priority anywhere.
And then Croco just comes over this dragon. He's like, we can't do it. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I think that's the right call, as DK with about a 200 gold lead at this point in time.
Yeah,
and he does.
I think that's
one
probably,
grub taken.
That's probably enough to say that's all we are going to get, and we're very happy with that.
Yep.
We do not want to fight into a level 6 Wukong.
That was breath here from Shu, but Morgan is winning these trades pretty handily. Finds that Flame Spitter once again. Needs to hit a few more of these harpoons, and as I say it, cast a blessing.
There have just been so many changes of form. Like, it's crazy, especially in the right.
Certainly is, especially when he's playing baseball with that skin. It's not, I thought it was Truncheon, Trundle. It's not, so I got the wrong skin. Can't make the reference. Such a shame.
This is a really tough contest here for Dplus with Showmaker just unable to enter, and I think they're just going to have to give this up. Maybe Lucid goes for the Smite Steal.
Well, Lucid is just going to walk on over. There's a Magnet Storm onto 2, though. Going to need to try and subjugate to get himself out as Barrel magically journeys him to safety.
Aiming, not even going to go for the Q steal.
I was going to go for some sort of Q. That is a nice little Cosmic Binding here as Aiming still looking for a little bit of an angle. Hype is going to get separated. Boomerang Blade value is pretty big, but Polu does manage to sidestep it there in that little mini alcove.
That was a really risky...
So we're going to make that one happen. All right, DK and Bro, let's sort that one out. Next Drake going to be 2 minutes time, but the Herald might be what we're fighting for next. No, Morgan. No, Morgan. Oh, he gets hit by both parts. In fact, he gets hit by everything. And then First Blood goes over to Lucid. So we're not going to be breaking that record, but DK getting themselves on the board.
Stop this turret from going down. Like I said, he could TP to the bottom side of the map if they want to contest that dragon, but the Herald is the bigger prize. And that's why we're just not seeing that much focus on the dragon itself right now. A lot of deep vision here for Dplus on the entry points to the Herald.
Exhaust. Yeah, going to be able to use that spell shield really nicely. Gets the flash out with the Tempered Fate. Really nicely done there by Barrel, who's also ghosting around because he wants to. We're just trading.
Yeah, they are eventually just engaged anymore. It's just simply time to let the Herald go, which might mean letting your mid turret go. Top turret already went down, and they are ready to drop this. You have to imagine with the Sivir that they have in hand.
Yeah, so there it is.
Like almost at the exact...
But and yeah, this turret is down pretty low with the spare time that Showmaker had. Gonna be feeling all right. Throws a air this on. Yeah, Croco gonna see what he can do. Let's see whether they can interrupt. The Ram is just not really going to work out there, and the Cyclone's going to come on through. Croco making short work of this one. Shiu looking a little silly on that bottom side, but the kills now equalized. And this turret is definitely dead. DK, even though they lose their top laner, I think this is a decent cross map.
Yeah, 100%. And they're even going to get a second charge here on the mid turret or the mid inner, and I think it's gone. Dead. Yeah.
And Showmaker is also putting on so much pressure towards Morgan here as well. It's almost as if Bro don't have a top laner at the same time.
And they almost get 3 turrets here, or 3 charges
on
rather.
The hunt from Aiming. Like they like the fastest of rotation.
Take and turn for the Otacon.
Polu gonna get bitten. Oh my goodness, Lucid doing a lot of damage. There's the Tempered Fate to hold Polu in place. Still doesn't have his flash back up and available, but he's not gonna get stunned still. He's just taking so much damage. Shockwave pops the horse pants lady. And DK, is this enough for an
entry? And oh, look at this angle from Lucid. They're just threatening the idea of an Otacon, and that enough is enough to get Croco interested. He's exhausted.
Yep, everything's exhausted about Croco as the pillar does go down. Lucid turns up, the closer is there for a fair bit of damage back. Subjugate helping keep Lucid healthy, but the flash out from Croco going to be enough there. Good Cosmic Binding out of Barrel at the same time, but no one going to fall just yet on the Bros side, but their health bar is looking a little worse for wear outside of Hype moving his way in.
Dplus losing a lot of health on Lucid means he's going to have to back here, and I don't think they can do this Otacon. Hype is 5 million miles away from anything. I don't know if Bro should engage without him. They need a little bit more time.
They're just going to bypass the Otacon. That's going to be their way into this one. As you can see, this brush full of vision now as DK holding on. Shiu pulls out the Ram. Let's see where it goes. Gets a nice double knock-up to deny Polu the re-engage. They're looking to try and burst this, but look at Otacon. It's getting so angry. The redemption value's massive, but they cannot answer this objective. And the Cosmic Binding catches Croco. Oh, man. And now Lucid just able to walk in and chomp down Polu. He's separated from the rest of the flock. and down he will go. Pizza Warfare coming as well, but Lucid's overstepped the explosion of damage as the equalizer comes down, and that is going to equalize the kills in the fight, as well as Beryl trying to keep Croco interested, and he does do that. Shiu now trying to run away, and Showmaker just chases down the monkey. Aiming is fighting Otacon. This game's so weird. It is so weird, but the pros come out on top, and they are going to pick up the Otacon as well.
Atlas at the beginning. Barrel's tempered fate, but then like they just split like they were feared in 5 directions. Once the initial play happened, like
instead, we're taking it northern. Still a decent gold lead here for DK as Showmaker flashes out of the way of Tibbers. And now the re-engage to come through. Shiu finds the double knock-up. Hype is just dead before you can really do anything about it. Morgan's going to show up to try and save the rest of the bros. But unfortunately, they're now without their 80 carry. That is so much of the consistent damage now missing as DK. Are you brave enough to stop? Yes, of course they are.
I mean, Hype is just not going to be able to get here. He's down for 30 seconds. Closer, need to see a big Tibbers if Bro's going to be able to stop this.
Well, the turn, they're looking for it here as Closer. Shockwave connects onto 2. Equalizer to try and answer as Magnustorm holds them in place, but this time the Subjugate did manage to come through. Polo, though, is still able to burn down the Trundle, and the Bros, despite losing Hype immediately, still win the fight.
Spot him, but he still has that flank angle.
Yeah. Beryl has that tempered fate, but look at, yeah, you're right. Polo getting ready. Will the turn be there for DK as Closer possibly in trouble? There's the Molten Edge done for aiming as well. A lot of extra money. Polo going to move over that control ward, looking for the backline. They look to take him out immediately as he gets a Magnustorm, but unfortunately, it doesn't really do too much. Shiu calls in the Ram and holds off Hype for now, but the Cyclone has now come on through. Croco getting so much work done. Shiu going to be the first to go down as aiming, fighting against this Corki, and he'll lose as Morgan uses his whole health bar to allow the Bros to go even in the fight, but also, I believe
he's gaming. And unfortunately for aiming, he just has not been set up. He was a little bit maybe too safe in that last fight and got isolated for it, but now Croco looking for another engage. He has flash.
Yep, in goes Croco, finds the Cyclone onto Lucid and Beryl, but doesn't really find too much more. Shiu's going to be here to try and protect his jungler, who flashes over that wall. Knock-up comes through as now they're looking for that re-engage now that Cyclone is on cooldown. But the Ram not going to be coming around this time. The Bear says no. As aiming, what are we doing in the Baron pit? He's going to be able to flash over that wall as nice guy Beryl is going to stop Polly from taking too much damage from Baron here.
What was that?
It's we like press R buttons and flashing.
Yeah. All right, well, aiming is down his summoners now in the items.
Yeah, and it's not going to be there for long if this Baron is just allowed to go down. There is a control ward in the back of the pit. They're doing it with full information, but honestly, it looks like they don't really care, as now the Bros looking for a re-engage after picking up said Baron. Shiu standing on the equalizer. There's another Cyclone from Croco, finding so much value, and aiming is just wiped from the rift. Croco is even still alive somehow. Showmaker's still up, and Lucid has survived this one, but they took their prize. They got the bottom lane, and the Bros, they are just winning every team fight this game.
I mean, Dplus just can't do it, man. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like, they have... I mean, there was that last fight that we had towards the Baron, not the Baron itself on the turn, where Bro just walked at them, press R buttons, and like, I don't know, they won't be able to respond. And Dplus couldn't, man. And like this time, it's just a really easy take. Like, Lucid just walks up. It's so hard to approach when you're behind now as Dplus.
I mean, they got Dragon's Fate. They've got the Call of the Forge God. Let's see whether Shiu can actually find an angle. But there's the Magnus Storm to stop them from doing anything. The Tempered Fate comes down, and the Ram is going to come on through as well. There's a nice double knock-up. Apollo is going to survive. Hype looks for Showmaker and almost just wipes him out with these rockets, and DK are just scattering, aiming. He exploded before I could even see where he was on the map. And yeah, this game one, I think, is just over.
It's just done. They're going to push down the mid lane here. Now, 35 seconds on aiming means they cannot end off of this, but they have essentially won the game. Like, they have Ocean Soul now. I don't think Dplus get a fair fight on Elder. And if anybody dies here before aiming respawns, he's up in 20. Like, they don't have as much wave clear without him as they need. I mean, Showmaker can do a little bit here, but he doesn't have ult.
Yeah, Morgan just gets underneath this turret. Morgan goes golden as well to keep him alive. The Cyclone is ripping through DK, and Shiu unable to stop the onslaught that is Hype's Corki, and the pros will decimate the base of DK. And even though they got to the late game, the composition didn't work. The